Alright, come here, you little criminals. We went through 10 bad habits that you have in Animal Crossing, and you still don't learn. That's it. Time for Intervention Part 2, calling out even more of your bad habits when playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I know you did it. I saw in the comments of the last video, you are all criminal offenders, and consider this your prosecution. I get it. We all have our bad habits when we play this game. It's all fine and fun. This is all a joke. But that doesn't excuse the fact that you are all criminals. Okay, stop. Before we get into all the bad habits, if you are new here, perhaps consider subscribing. Mr. YouTube here tells me that only 16... Oh, wait, how many people? What? Only 15%? What are you guys doing? Are you unsubscribing? Nah, I'm just playing. We are so close to 100,000. Thank you guys so much for the unbelievable support, the absolutely crazy amount of momentum here. And we are literally right at the verge of 100,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we get it in the next couple weeks or so. So if you enjoy Animal Crossing and other Nintendo content, definitely subscribe. Help us out reach this massive milestone. I cannot wait to share with you what I've been planning for the 100K video, and you might be able to see it very soon. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to that. Without further ado, let's get started. The forgetful hoarder. Sometimes you'll buy things, or you'll get a gift from one of your villagers or something, and you're like, you know what, this is a really great item. I don't really have a use for it right now. I don't want to put it in my house. I don't really want to put it in my town somewhere. I'm just going to put it in my storage for now because it is one of those really key items that like I could come back to, and I could see using it for a upcoming design later on. Fast forward a few weeks or even a month, and you're like, oh my gosh, wow, this item, being the same item, oh, this is really cool. Maybe I'll put it in my storage and use it in a future project. This thing gives me a lot of inspiration, maybe work on something on my island or put it in my house or something. And so you put it in your storage again. Fast forward another few weeks and the process continues to repeat. And then all of a sudden you have, why do I have 3 wedding pianos? How did that happen? What on earth am I going to be doing with all these climbing walls? Where did they even come from? Okay, look, I don't remember buying this many of the same shirt. I swear I didn't. But you know what the bad habit is? Not only buying a ton of the same thing and forgetting you already have it in your inventory, but continuing to still leave it in your store. Just like, bruh, just use it or sell it and get rid of it. Stop buying the same thing over and over and over. Picking up the wrong piece of furniture. When you're out designing in your island, or maybe in your house, for example, you know, sometimes you gotta shift things around, pick things up to move things and whatnot, and then you pick up the completely wrong thing that you were trying to do. All of a sudden, something like 3 miles away, it's all of a sudden in your inventory, and you're like, oh my gosh, Animal Crossing, I swear, like, not today. Okay, maybe this isn't the bad habit of the player, but more just the game itself. I'm like, I'm so sick of it. It's like, yo, I'm trying to pick up this thing. Don't pick up the lamppost like 8 years away. Maybe it is a bad habit of rushing things, picking up things a little too quickly, but nonetheless, it is very annoying. Hoarding assessed fossils. Since you can only get 5 fossils a day as they spawn on your island, and of course as you're completing the museum, you're assessing them, donating the ones that are brand new, but after a while you kind of just build up a surplus of a lot of fossils that have no really purpose. I mean, the smarter thing to do would be, of course, to sell them, because, you know, that makes a lot of bells. But then there's that one nagging thing in the back of your mind where it's like, well, what if I want, like, a T-Rex for one of my designs? Oh, well, I could keep this just in case. Like, this would be a really good idea for a future project. Or maybe I'll give it to a friend that's, like, you know, starting over and they need help with their museum. Like, maybe I'll just keep these fossils. Fast forward 9 months, and it's like, bruh, why do I have 7 dinosaur poops? Why do I have 7 I don't need this much dinosaur poop. Sure, it's a funny joke. Oh, I got a bunch of poop in my inventory, but like, I don't need this. I'm never going to use these, but I'm also never going to sell them, and I'm never going to I just need to get rid of them. Give them the gifts as villagers, wrap them up. They're a great way to get up friendship and stuff. Just get rid of your fossils. Sell them, make your bells. Stop just leaving them assessed in your inventory. Okay, I'll admit, I'm more of the criminal offense here. Maybe I'm on the chopping block in this video. Spending a lot of time designing somewhere on your island, only to completely hate it the next day. You'll spend hours sinking in your time, terraforming, planning things out, blocking out the area with like temporary furniture, eventually even collecting said furniture and like getting things placed out, looking at it all and be like, wow, this looks great. I'm really proud of what I did today. Then you go to bed, wake up the next day and you're like, I hate it. What was I thinking? This is awful. So you take it all down, you level out the area again, you start over, only to what? Do it again. I can't tell you how many times I'll design something and then literally the instant I finish, I'm like, I have a better idea. This was awful. What was I thinking? Everyone's like, oh, it's great. Don't worry about it. It's like, but no, it could be so much better. It's okay to want to reset and start things over. It's totally fine. but also be content with what you design. Like, enjoy the reward of a project being done for once, rather than being constantly working in this endless loop. Misfiring when terraforming. The terraforming tools are really great. What an awesome way to add longevity to the game after you quote-unquote beat the story or the main campaign of it all. What an amazing way to be able to customize your island to truly make it its own unique personality, so really no one else's island is like yours. But I mean, we can all agree that the tools themselves aren't the smartest. It's a lot of fun, you know, trying to build a river and then it just like slants the wrong way, or then all of a sudden you just hit the wrong tile, or perhaps maybe while you're trying to fill in an area or raise an area up and you start breaking down the stuff you're trying to raise up and just going back and forth like, no, dude, I'm trying to raise this up, not like, and then you hit the wrong thing again. You're like, oh my. I think this also ties into what we mentioned previously. It's probably just a bad habit of just going a little too fast when it comes to terraforming. Just like, be patient. One thing at a time, one tile at a time, it'll all be fine. You don't need to rush through it all. But like, I do though. Not wanting to do work for things. When you're working on something, whether it be a project or whatever, sometimes you're just like, I just want the bells. I just want the bells to be able to buy what I need. I don't want to grind to get them right now. Or I just want the Nook Mile tickets. I don't want to work on trying to sell a villager or sell whatever. I just want the Nook Mile tickets so I can hunt right now. Or like, there's these things I'm trying to craft right now. I really need some wood. I just want the materials. I just don't want to work for it right now. I just want the materials. And I'm just gonna admit it right now. I'm the biggest criminal offense when it comes to this. I know it. I know it's a bad habit. But sometimes you're just like, I just want it. I just want it right now so we can just like finish this, okay? I don't want to have to grind to get some materials, bells, or Nook Mile tickets. I just want to do the thing, okay? Leave me alone. Leaving random items scattered around your town. Sometimes you'll get a new piece of furniture from like a balloon, or maybe perhaps as a villager gift, and to like check out, see what it is. If you've never seen it before, you'll place it on your island, like, oh, cool, that looks pretty cute. I'll just leave it here for now. I'll come back for it, but like, I'll just leave it here. That looks fine, right? And then it's just there for a really long time, and all of a sudden you have a little decorative flower stand on your beach for 9 months. Look, I know I could just easily pick it up and clean it at this point. I know I could pick all this stuff up. I could just like not leave it and stop being lazy, but I mean, that wouldn't be a bad habit then. Sometimes it's kind of fun to try to like work those into the design of your island and whatnot, but I mean, come on. I'm not the only one here. I know you guys have done this too with balloons at the very least. Just drop that on the guy and be like, that looks good. I'll come back for it. And then you don't. And then you don't. Complaining that there is nothing to do in Animal Crossing. This game, at the end of the day, is a very slow-paced experience. You kind of do about your chores, time passes as it does in real life, so it's got it's a much slower-paced game compared to other more high-adrenaline, action-paced games. I don't need to tell you guys this, because you guys are all well aware. All you really do is catch fish and bugs, talk to characters that are really cute, dress them up in little outfits and give them gifts, buy new clothing and furniture and items and all that stuff, and you kind of just, you know what? Really, at the end of the day, Animal Crossing is just a game about literally doing nothing. Like, that's the point. So when you say there's nothing to do in Animal Crossing, that's Animal Crossing. That's the whole appeal of the game. A great example is looking at previous entries in the series. At least in New Horizons, there's like terraforming, being able to actively get different villagers rather than it just being a random chance, making progress through a main quote-unquote campaign as you do Project KK and building up your deserted island. Even though there is nothing to do, there's a lot more to this game compared to other games where it's like they just kind of plop you in the game and you're like, well, I guess you can pay off your house. Other than that, you can just I guess you can just like talk to people. That's kind of the charm at the end of the day. It's a game about doing nothing, and that's the point. But we complain about it nonetheless. Telling people how to play the game. There isn't too much animosity when it comes to this community, and I think that's one of the greatest things about the Animal Crossing community. That we all are very welcoming and wholesome, and that's great, that's great. But there does tend to be sometimes they have an idea of how they play the game, and when they see other people and how they play, and it's different to how they... Let me start over. Blah, 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 wholesome community, no animosity. However, sometimes players, like, they have a specific way they play the game. Whether maybe they really enjoy time traveling and they like just rotating out tons of villagers on their island and moving people out constantly just because they enjoy, that's what makes the game fun to them. It's just like seeing what characters they'll get. And on the flip side, there'll be someone who's the opposite of that, where they play the game more low-key. They kind of just keep the same original villagers since they started the game. And sometimes there can be a little bit of like judgment and comparing to, and that's basically what I'm trying to say. is that everyone plays the game different. Everyone gets a different kind of enjoyment playing this game, whether it's playing hundreds upon hundreds of hours with terraforming, villager hunting, all this crazy stuff, or even if you just enjoyed the main campaign, the Project KK part of the game that was only the first, what, like 50 hours or so? And then if you stop playing after that, that's totally fine too. Everyone plays the game different, everyone enjoys it differently, and we're all different people, and that's what makes us all unique. Today's letter of the day is W. Can you say wholesome? Oh my god. What is this video? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. I'm short of top 10 again. How does this keep Oh wait, I got one. Watching this video and not being subscribed. Not gonna lie, super cringe. Come on, if you made it this far into the end of the video, perhaps consider subscribing. You would make Mr. YouTube so happy, and you know how emotional he can be sometimes. Like, you don't want to make him cry. Mr. YouTube is very sensitive, okay? And if he hears that you're watching these videos and you're having a lot of fun and you enjoy Animal Crossing and you don't subscribe, he's gonna cry. But thanks guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. I already gave this spiel about subscribing, so I don't need to say that again. But I do want to say, we do live stream this game every weekend at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on YouTube Live. That's both Saturdays and Sundays. We have so much fun playing this game, having you guys on my island. It's a ton of fun. I highly encourage you to come on by. Be sure to follow me over on my socials, link to that in the description, as well as join our community Discord. It's a great place to connect with other Animal Crossing fans and play the game together. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it so much. I'll catch you in the next one. See ya!